What's going on, YouTube world? Imagine you had a friend. Not just a friend, but someone you worked with, a sort of business partner. And over the years, you and this friend have made a lot of money together. And you're very grateful for the friendship and partnership. But you've also learned, sometimes the hard way, that this friend gives the absolute worst advice. So over time, you've learned that when they give advice, you just smile and nod and quietly do the exact opposite. To me, that friend is eBay.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
Let's get into the video. My name is Jason, aka Mr. Llama, the not-so-better half of The Lazy Llamas, which is the eBay store that I run with my wife, Mrs. Llama. My wife and I, we've owned the gym for almost 9 years. That is our full-time business. And we started reselling on eBay part-time 3 years ago and grew it into a pretty successful side business. Now, I have really enjoyed my partnership with eBay over the last 3 years, and I've made a lot of money using the website. And to be completely honest, our success on eBay got us through a really dark time that we went through in our life. That being said, eBay gives the absolute worst advice or recommendations when you're listing your items. And we're going to cover 3 of those recommendations today. Bad recommendation number 1. eBay recommending you list your items as auction instead of buy it now. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that this is my biggest pet peeve as far as eBay recommendations. I believe it costs sellers money every day because they list items as auction that have no business being listed as auction, and the items don't reach market value, and the sellers lose out on profit margin because of this.
Man, that's some bad advice.
95% plus of the items you list should be listed as buy it now and not auction. And I've covered this in depth in 3 previous videos. And I'll leave a link to one of those videos that really goes over auction versus buy it now in depth. So you can really see why you don't want to use auction, and almost always you want to use buy it now. But every time you go to list an item, eBay is going to recommend a 7-day auction. But we're not going to listen. We're going to ignore our friend eBay, and we're going to do the exact opposite, and we're going to list it as a buy it now. You're going to find a fair market value for your item. You're going to price your item competitively within that market value, and you're going to get it sold with a buy it now. That's the best way to list your items. It's the best way to maximize your profit margins, which is very important as a seller on eBay. Bad recommendation number 2. eBay's recommended sale price. And this is something I've never covered before. And this is where eBay tends to be the most erratic. When you're pricing an item, you're going to see a line that says online trending price with a dollar amount. This is basically what eBay is saying that this item is selling for. And underneath that, there's going to be a link you can click on that says see how other sellers priced it. And when you click on that, it's going to bring up a handful of sold comps for that item.
How convenient.
But like we talked about before, you're going to smile and nod and completely ignore this recommendation.
What? I knew it was too good to be true.
Now, sometimes this suggested list price is spot on or very close to market value, but a lot of times it's way off.
I was way off.
Always do your own research. There are no shortcuts to making sure that your item is listed correctly. And with list price being of extreme importance to making sure that your listing is going to be successful, you need to put in the work. Okay, to go over how to find the right market value and list price for your item, I'm going to use an item as an example that I've used before. This is a game on the Nintendo Wii called The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Okay, so you can see as I'm pricing this item that eBay is suggesting that I list this as an auction starting at $8.90. What we've already discussed, we're going to ignore that. Smile and nod. And we're going to ignore that.
Not listening, I'm not listening.
And now you can see underneath that when you switch it to buy it now, that their suggested sales price for this item is $15. That's the online trending price according to eBay. And there's that link you can click on that you can see some sold comps for this item. So is the $15 online trending price the right market value for this item?
A good question. Let's find out.
So when you're trying to price an item, first you're just going to look it up in the search, and you're going to get a list of items that are currently listed and what they're listed for. And as you can see, as soon as we bring this item up, all of the listings that are currently for sale are all over the $15 suggested price. So I'm already getting some red flags that this game is definitely worth more than $15. Now let's switch over to the sold comps in our search. You go in your filters and you switch over to sold, and then it's going to bring up the items that have sold. And here's where you're going to find your real market value. Now you can't just look at the prices in the green, the sold price. That's not the market value. You have to take that plus shipping if there was shipping included. So if it was free shipping, then of course there's no shipping to add in, but you have to take the sold price, the green number, and add shipping in if there was any shipping involved, if you're going to get a true market value, because that's what the buyer was willing to pay for it. The buyer had to pay for the price of the item plus shipping if the item was listed as plus shipping. Okay, so we're going to take the first 4 sales. Now, I usually take more sales into consideration when I am calculating my market value for an item, but we're just going to do this quick.
That's what she said.
So we're going to take the first 4 sales, okay? Like I said, we're going to take the entire price of the item that the buyer paid for it. So this first sale was free shipping, so we don't have to worry about adding shipping into it, and it was basically $19. Second sale was $15 plus $5.50 shipping, so basically $20.50 was the total cost to the buyer for this item. The third sale was free shipping, so we don't have to add shipping in, and was basically right at $24 for this item. That's what the buyer paid for it. The fourth sale, when you add it together, the cost, the sold price of the item plus the shipping, you get a total price of $23.50. Now, when you add all 4 of these together and divide by 4, which is how we're going to get our average sale price, you get an average price of $21.75.
Math.
I can basically price this item anywhere from $20 to $24 and expect it to sell. So we already know that if you just go with right at the $22 mark, that the suggested price from eBay is $7 off. Now, in all fairness, eBay might be suggesting you list this item at $15 plus shipping, which is not a terrible way to list it, although I would never suggest it. I would never suggest doing plus shipping on a video game. To me, free shipping is a far better way to list your items, especially lightweight first-class items like video games. But just that being said, if they are suggesting $15 plus shipping, it's not terrible, but I still think it's a little low. Really, if you're going to list this game plus shipping, I would list it around $17 to $18 plus shipping. So even in that instant, eBay is off by $2 or $3, which can mean a big difference when you're looking at your profit margin.
Every penny counts.
But like I said before, sometimes their suggested price is close, or sometimes it's spot on. But a lot of times it is way off. So if you're trying to take a shortcut and just looking at, hey, this is what eBay is suggesting I listed at, and you listed at that price, you're either going to be selling yourself way short and costing yourself a ton of profit because the market value is actually more than that, or something I've also seen, sometimes their suggested price is way more than it should be. It's way above the actual market value for the item. And then your item's just never going to sell because you have it priced too high. So always do your own research, look up sold comps, take an average. I would say probably 10 sales to really the last 10 sales to make sure you're getting a real good look at the market, at what the current market value is for the item. So make sure you're doing your sold comps, getting a market value, a good average sell price for the item, so you know where you can price your item competitively and fairly and get it sold. Okay, the third and final bad recommendation. This is eBay's recommended promoted listing rate. Again, I recently did a video discussing promoted listings and how I feel about them. Spoiler alert, I don't like them.
No, I don't.
But I'll leave a link to that video that really goes over promoted listings in detail at the end of this video so you can watch that. So I'm not going to go into too much detail here since I just covered it, but eBay suggests or recommends a promoted listings rate of close to 10%. Usually it's like 9 to 9.5%, but I've seen it as high as 12%. And as we know, we're going to ignore this recommendation. eBay already charges a 13%, basically a 13% seller fee on everything you sell. So your list price, what it sells for, eBay's taking 13% on every item that you sell. And now they're wanting to tack on another 10% to that to bring it to almost 23%. So almost a quarter of your sale, eBay's wanting to take in fees.
What? That's highway robbery. I won't pay it.
To me, that's absolutely ridiculous. Now, of course, with promoted listings, they only take that fee when it sells, via promoted listings. Not that we really have any way to verify that.
I don't trust them.
I just looked up my 10 most recent sales, and 7 of them, or 70%, sold via promoted listings, or so eBay says. Now, I list every item as promoted listings with a 2% rate. So I basically look at my seller fees as 15%. I just build in 15% to every item that I list as far as what my fees are going to be to eBay. So of those 7 items that sold via promoted listings, according to eBay, it cost me just at $6 for those promoted listing sales. So less than $1 per item, I can live with that. If I had listed these items at the 10% suggested rate, it would have cost me over $27 to list these items. I'm not really okay with that. That's something that can really eat into your profit. Now, would they have sold faster if I had listed them at 10% promoted listings? Possibly. So I could have gotten money back in quicker and sold them quicker, but they sold fairly quickly anyway, even with the 2% ad rate. So my sales have stayed steady. I don't see the need to come out of pocket that much more to have an item sell a day or two sooner. It's just not worth it to me. 25% of a list price and fees going to eBay just seems ridiculous to me. I've talked about what I think about promoted listings. I think they are just a way for eBay to raise money. They have nothing to do with helping sellers. I do not like promoted listings. I did not like the program as soon as it started. I knew from day one exactly what they were. They were basically a new fee on sellers because they knew sellers were going to be using this because they didn't want other sellers to be using it and be left behind. So our competitive nature is taken over. So I would fair to guess that well over 80 to 90% of sellers are using promoted listings in some way, shape, or form. So it was just a way to put new fees on sellers as a suggestion that they didn't have to do. So they'll say it's voluntary, but at this point it's probably not voluntary because if you want to be competitive, you have to use them.
That was a lot of words.
Apologize on the little rant I went on there. I'm not saying to not use promoted listings. I think to be competitive, you have to use promoted listings. I think almost all sellers are using them. So to be competitive, you should be using them at least a little in some capacity. Whether it's just a flat 2% rate like I do that just because it's easy. With the 13% automatic fee that eBay charges, I just tack on another 2% regardless of whether it's going to sell by promoted listings or not. If it doesn't sell promoted listings, it's just an extra 2% I get to keep. But I just factor in 15% into my profit margins for every item that I'm sourcing as to whether or not I'm going to buy it to resell on eBay. I've heard some eBay resellers say they do a 5% flat rate. Some of them do different percentages for each item. I would never do more than 5%. That's just my suggestion. Like I said, my real suggestion is just do 2% flat fee like I do. But I would never go higher than 5%. Some people say that's the sweet spot. But just do what's best for you. So I am not saying to not use promoted listings. I'm just saying that 10% is way too high, so we're going to ignore eBay's bad advice, this bad recommendation. We're going to ignore this, and we're going to use a much lower percentage so that you're still making a good profit margin.
Sounds like good advice.
And we're getting the video there. But before we go, I was just going to say, if you guys have any topics that you would like me to discuss that I haven't really covered yet, or something maybe I've covered that you would like me to go more in depth on, let me know in the comments. This channel is really about you. I want to help you. So if there's anything that you're having issues with that you would like me to cover, eBay related, just let me know in the comments and I will do my best to try to get those covered for you. And as always, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can see future videos. And in case you don't know, God loves you, I love you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.